for shown by this day.
Ooh.
That could mean taking him to dinner, guys.
Not the way you just said it.
Making a calendar.
All right. I'm still hot still. I've been hot all day.
My legs are like numb.
All right.
I love how we're like, guys, don't complain on this video.
Don't
We're like, oh my God, I'm so hot. Oh my God, I'm so hungry.
Getting it out.
All right. So,
because everybody's gonna think.
I'm not very good at these talks sometimes. Like,
Brittany, oh my gosh.
Here we go.
All right.
oh, it's already
So,
on.
it's already recording.
And see.
These are going to be like bloopers.
Is it on?
All right, so hi everybody. I'm here back on my channel.
No, start again. I was making a silly face.
All right, hey you guys, I'm back with some friends this time. So let me introduce you guys. Well, you introduce yourselves.
I'm Cleo. I'm from Trinidad and Tobago. I throw the shot put. My PR is 1948, and yeah, I love throwing things.
Actually, Cleo, how long have you been throwing?
I won NCAAs in 2002. Michelle was 9 at the time.
I was a junior in high school. Thank you.
Oh my God.
I've been throwing for a long time. Because it's what I do. It's my job. I enjoy it. And yeah, it's just what I do.
Cool. All right, next.
I'm Brittany. I'm from right outside.
Sorry, Brittany who?
She didn't say her last name. Brittany Smith.
You have to say your last name.
I said my last name.
No, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
I grew up. No, I grew up right outside of Chicago. My PR is 1901, and I do love throwing a lot.
There you go.
I'm Dani Bunch from Illinois. I train in Indiana. I do a shot, and my PR is 1964.
Which you threw this year, right?
Yes, which I threw
Yeah,
this year.
She did. She PR'd this year.
Yeah.
And so, I like to have people on here and just, we can share some wisdom because some of us, have more experience than others. And then plus people always ask questions all the time. And, we want to help the next generation of throwers. So I'm starting with Dani. Dani. What's one of your funnest or your best memory in track and field, and what do you think it's taught you?
My best memory was actually my freshman year in college. I won conference in the weight throw, and I wasn't supposed to because I was a freshman and nobody, and it was my first year doing it. But that was just a good memory because it tells you like age doesn't matter in our world. It's just based on your gift and how you put it out there. So that was a good memory for me.
What about you, Britt?
Actually, I think my best memory was last year when we were in Lausanne. We had the track meet in Lausanne, and I was actually supposed to go home, but luckily I was invited to a bunch of other track meets, so I literally just got to travel around like Germany and, then we went to Brussels after, and just, it's not like it's just a track meet. It's like you're making new friends, you're meeting new people in other countries, you're learning about training, you're learning about your life, things like that. So that was great memory.
What about you, Cleo?
I've had so many good memories in track and field, but I think my best has to be when I qualified for the 2004 Olympics in Blacksburg, Virginia, February 14th, 2004.
What was
And
your distance?
I threw 1948. I had a huge PR, and it was just a huge accomplishment for me because as a thrower coming from the Caribbean where throwing really was not a thing at the time, I really had to fight for my spot on the Olympic team. So when I achieved that, it was huge, and it just set up the rest of my career as a thrower. So
Yeah.
that was awesome.
I'm going to tell y'all something about Cleo. I've never seen somebody who gets so excited off of, like, throws. Like, if she make it over the 18 minutes, she be like, yeah! Like, she gets so excited. So why do you get excited even over the small things?
Because sometimes it's just the personal struggle that you're having.
Yeah.
And people just don't understand that I've had to sacrifice everything to do what I do because I love what I do, but it's not easy. Sometimes it's simple, but it's not easy.
Yeah.
So when I get them small blessings, I'm like, okay, I take that, I praise, I'm like, thank you very much. And it's just my way of just saying thank you and just being happy and grateful for what I have. I try to tone it down, but you know,
listen, don't let nobody stop your praise. Don't let them stop your praise. Like, you give it up, because I understand that, because when you do, especially when you struggled for a long time and you just don't know what's going to happen, but then when all of a sudden things click or something happens that you see, like, okay, what I'm doing is worth it.
Or it's coming together.
Like, it does feel gratifying knowing that you're not doing this for no reason. Like, it's working for me.
Coming out of it.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
Cool. All right, so at lunch today, we were talking about like just different things. Dani's getting married soon, and Britt's in transition in some things, and Cleo's in transition. She has a house in Trinidad that I'm gonna come visit. And she brought up something that I think is looked down upon in our sport. And so, Cleo, can you kind of explain a little story that we started out with?
I was speaking to someone many years ago, and I was this is prior to the Diamond League, and I was just asking about why don't we have more meets for the women's shot put, because at the time you needed points at meets, and there were not enough meets for us to have the required number of points. And I said, why is that? And the person who is very versed in track and field, he said to me that it's because the women's shot put isn't sexy. Like, no one wants to see a bunch of big women throwing a ball.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't think that's true. But as I was looking at the coverage of the World Championships and the kind of angles that the camera was like taking, it just kind of brought that memory back to my mind that there is a sort of sex sells aspect to how track and field is covered.
Yeah. And
I just want people of different sizes, especially bigger girls, to know that you can be a big woman, you can be cute, you can be sexy. You know, beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah.
And you just do your thing regardless of what the popular opinion might be. So you're not gonna see shots of us bending over at the shop,
right?
And
I need them to develop a low cut shirt, so I've been over in the back of the ring.
But sometimes I think that actually kind of cheapens athletes in terms of, you know, as a female athlete, to know that you're in, you know, some camera person or whatever could be taking a shot of you that's just not really something you would probably,
or it's not appropriate.
and it's just looking at it, it was just a little bit bizarre to me, but and unfortunate, because we should really respect women. And sometimes, Mr. Cameraman, you are naughty. You need to behave.
I think Dani, who said something that people were saying that they enjoyed the track and field, but the track looked good, but then it was like the chubby ones in the field. Who said that at lunch today?
I read that.
You read it? Okay, yeah. And so it's like, it's funny because even after I won, I never really saw any negative comments until I came across this guy's page on YouTube. And I was just like, oh, you know, one day I decided to kind of just see what interviews I did and just kind of watch myself on film and see what was going on. And then he was going on like, how dare you talk about her? Talk about she needs to lose some weight and she's this and she's that. And I really like on other stuff, I don't ever read the comments because I'm like, for what? Like, I didn't post that. So, but I never did go back to check it. But it's funny because there is this stigma that, especially in the women's shot put, where we're looked at like we're like this mythical, extra strong woman, and just because you're big and strong doesn't mean that you're attractive. And with the whole movement today, when we realize the average woman isn't a size 8 or a size 6, they're like the average woman is a size 12 or 14, and that's considered plus size. So some people are in denial. But anyway, that's another story. But one other thing too was, dang, I lost my train of thought. Then it's like,
You don't have to be an expert at it.
I know. Oh yeah, I could.
But it's just, I think
size.
it's just like, accept yourself for who you are. Try to be the best version of yourself.
Yeah.
And just don't worry about other people's opinions, especially when they're not paying your bills.
Exactly. Y'all better pay my bills.
I think part of it
Until y'all watch this video and I get a whole bunch of likes, then y'all might pay some of my bills. So go ahead and watch. But I was saying, like my dad is a lineman. Like, what you think was gonna happen when he have a baby? If your daddy's 6'5", 6'2", you know, like, what you think when he has a child? Like, if it's a boy, yeah, the boy got the size, but it's the girl. You know, like, she still has to use what she has. And everybody was created differently on purpose. And that we use our bodies to the best of the ability. Because half of y'all can't lift what we lift. And to be honest, half of y'all we can beat. In a 20, actually more than half. I'm gonna go ahead and say about 60% of y'all we can beat in a 30 to 20 meter race because we're fast and explosive.
I can't. No.
Because when I was in college, I was the alternate for the 4x1 and the 4x4 because if the thing had to get done, they could count on me to do it because I am an all-around athlete. And at the end of the day, athletes come in all shapes and sizes. My body's different from her body, and her body, and we're all different. But it doesn't make one better than the other.
Yeah, well, that's what we talked about at lunch too. Is people don't think we are athletes. Just because we are big, they think we're just kind of like this bigger body type person that maybe can throw something, but they don't realize that we can jump, we can sprint, we can lift crazy amounts of weight, and we're flexible.
Yeah.
So
and a lot of us did multiple sports too in high school.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like a lot of people do sports every day.
The only thing in the world I can do is throw a shot.
That's totally fine.
I preach multi-athletes. Like, you need to have that versatility.
Yeah, and I think too at this stage, it's like we have to start getting specific in what we're doing. You know what I mean? We're not going to go run 5 miles because that's not what we need to do.
It's not conducive to what
that
we're
doesn't
doing.
make any sense what we're doing. Exactly, and so it's like, but two, it's like people don't see us training outside of the ring. You know what I mean? You don't see us in the weight room. You don't see us doing plyouts and jumping on boxes, or we do sprint. You know what I mean? You're doing sprints, things like that. And I think it's like, oh, they're just in the ring. You know what I mean? But this 7-foot ring, we got to do a lot just to get through that ring all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And to move
You got
this
to create
ball
a lot of power in
speed.
0.2 seconds.
Yes, power and speed
You know?
very, very quickly. So
So it's like when you look at the football team, the quarterback doesn't look like the running back. The running back doesn't look like the D lineman. And the D lineman don't even look like the offensive lineman. So if you can accept the different body types in male sports, you should be able to accept the different body types in women's sports, because not every woman's going to have a six-pack for each event. Like,
You just can't see.
you know,
I
it's
have
insulated.
I
It's
have
protected and covered. But there are different body types, and it just kind of come down to just respect what I do. You don't have to talk down about what I do. Like, respect what I do because I respect what you do. I can't do what Gabby Douglas does, and Gabby Douglas can't do what I do. And if she did, it would be like crazy. Wouldn't even make sense. But if y'all see me do a black flip and like do all this stuff in the air, y'all gonna be like, what? She's not human. So, you know. Yeah. I guess anything else?
Well, I don't know if for viewers that do shot put or throwing in anything, but it's a lot of pressure in our sport to like lose weight and like be a certain size or be this and that. But for myself personally, I actually have to keep weight on to do better.
Yeah.
So it's like people ask me like, well, why don't you try to go like lose 20 pounds or like do this or that? I'm like, because if I want to be successful at what my sport is, my appearance that you don't accept, that has no effect on me. Like, I accept how I look, and I actually need to be this weight to do well. If I try to lose weight to please the crowd, I'm not going to be well at what I love.
Then you won't be able to make no money.
No career.
I mean, you're gonna be in the world standard of cute, but you're gonna be cute and broke.
Exactly.
I
think too, like all of our body types are different. Like, some of us are more power throwers, some of us are more speed throwers. So I think that also affects like what your weight needs to be. You know what I mean? Because if I'm trying to be really fast in the ring, then I can't go off and gain 50 pounds. But you know what I mean?
We're
but
different.
if you're more, you know what I mean?
Your speed, I'm power.
Yeah. So I have, now I'm like, well, I do have to lose some weight to keep that speed going. But I had a coach too that's like, if you're still as fast as you used to be, if you gain a little bit of weight, it's fine. Like, as long as you are keeping that same speed and you're able to throw far, it's no, you know what I mean? It's no problem.
Yeah.
But I always think that's important too. But yeah, there's no point in pleasing anybody. Like
everybody has their like
somebody
competition weight. 'Cause even runners and sprinters have competition weight.
Yeah.
Like pole vault, they need to go a certain weight for their pole.
Yeah, but it's all here or there. Like if you're athletes out there, y'all understand what real athletes have to do. People who just go to the gym recreational sometimes don't quite get it. Not to talk down on them, but it is a different mindset and there's a different challenge you have to face, knowing that you have to use your body to do something great. So anyways, yeah.
Just love the body you're in.
Yeah.
Body positive.
Oh my god.
But yeah, so any last words or anything special you want to share, or you want to give out your Twitter and Instagram handles?
Life lessons.
I don't have either one of those.
You're on Twitter?
You don't have Instagram, Facebook, nothing? Weirdo.
Everything's off. I'll probably turn it back on at some point. Just,
Well, y'all could just catch her on USATF. Cleo, you want to share yours?
Yeah, it's at Cloepatra Borel for everything. So Facebook, Twitter,
and plus I put it down there.
Instagram, yeah. It's all about the likes, people.
Facebook, Twitter is at Bunches of Dani.
Bunches of Dani.
And then
that's so cute.
and then my Facebook's just my full name, Daniela Bunch.
Yeah.
But it will be changing soon, guys. So
yeah, she's getting married, y'all. So
I have to
yeah.
come up with something clever.
I like the little hashtag for you guys where you and your husband.
Oh, we have a hashtag for our wedding. It's Head Over Hills 17 because last name's gonna be Hill.
Aww, how cute.
So if you want to creep on my wedding in 6 weeks, use that hashtag.
oh my god.
That's gonna be fine. So you know what? I might even save this to put out when it's closer to your wedding. Because I gotta like stay
October 7th.
My birthday's October 12th. You could have waited like a few more days, but that's
Well, all
okay.
of this stuff happens in October anyway for the track athletes.
Oh yeah.
Life doesn't happen for the other 11 months, it seems like.
Yeah, no.
Well, anyways, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you subscribe and like and follow my homegirls. And leave any questions you have below. And then, maybe we can answer them another time when we're together again next year. Because guess what? The season is over. I'm so excited. I don't know about them, but I'm really excited. So, yes.
Ice cream.
Happy 2017 for us.
Yes.
And see you guys later.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.